Hey everyone, welcome back to the English Learner Podcast. I'm Anna, and today we're having fun with some of the most common everyday English phrases you hear all the time.
And I'm Tom. Happy you're here with us because honestly, we use these phrases so much that sometimes I don't even realize I'm saying them.
Same here, and I always love when listeners tell us, oh, I heard someone say this on the bus, or my friend used that phrase at school.
Yeah, it's like unlocking secret daily English superpowers.
Speaking of daily English, I used hang on a second this morning when my neighbor asked me something, and she froze like she wasn't allowed to breathe.
People always freeze when you say that. It's like pressing the pause button on a human.
And I also said no worries when someone almost knocked over my coffee.
You always say no worries.
Well, it makes everything sound calm.
True. I use it's all good, even when it's definitely not all good.
Oh, like the time you dropped your own lunch and still said it's all good, even though you almost cried.
I was being emotionally strong.
You were emotionally hungry.
That too.
I also say give me a minute, but I never mean 1 minute.
Nobody means 1 minute. Give me a minute actually means, please wait, I'm not ready.
And take your time means I don't want to look impatient, even though inside you're panicking a bit.
Exactly. And then there's, I'll think about it.
Which means probably not, but I'm being polite.
And you love to use, let me get back to you, even though you forget.
That's not fair.
Okay, maybe a little fair.
One of my favorite phrases is by the way. It makes conversations feel like bonus scenes in a movie.
By the way, did you ever fix your phone charger? See? Smooth. And no, I didn't.
I knew it. Another phrase I use all the time is sounds good.
Oh, sounds good is perfect. Someone explains something complicated and you're like, sounds good, even though you understood 40%.
If we're being generous.
And then there's, really? The most useful reaction in English.
It works for everything. Surprise, shock, excitement, confusion, anything.
I use I guess so a lot too, especially when I don't want to make a decision.
Yes, I guess so is the king of soft yeses.
And I'm not sure is my polite way to say, I have no idea.
And then there's you know what I mean when we want the other person to agree with us.
Or my habit of saying, you know, before every sentence, like a warm-up.
And when we need time to think, we say, let's see, even if we're not actually looking at anything.
Or hold on, which makes someone stop like they're in a video game.
And polite phrases. Oh my gosh, we use them constantly.
Excuse me, sorry, thank you, after you, all the survival tools of daily English.
And can I ask you something which makes everyone nervous?
And do you have a minute, which never means 60 seconds.
And when we make a joke and it's not funny, we rescue ourselves with, I'm just kidding.
I use that too much.
You need it too much.
Fair point. I also say I'm almost there, even when I'm still 10 minutes away.
Everyone does that.
And then there's don't worry about it, which magically makes problems feel smaller.
Yes, and that's fine, which can mean very different things depending on your tone.
And tone is everything. Same words, different drama.
Exactly, and listeners always tell us how confusing that is.
English is beautifully chaotic.
And then we have tiny quick phrases, all right, okay, sure, yep, right, that keep conversations moving.
I love how okay can mean yes or no depending on how you say it.
And right is like a little question to check if the other person is still listening.
All these phrases make English flow so naturally,
And they help people sound relaxed, friendly, and confident.
even if they're nervous on the inside.
Or pretending to be organized, like you.
I feel attacked.
It's all good.
See, there it is again.
These phrases pop up in every conversation.
And the more people hear them, the more natural they become.
Exactly. And soon they'll start using them without thinking.
Which means their English is leveling up.
And that's why practicing these small, everyday expressions are so important.
Because they're like the glue that holds conversations together.
And they make interactions sound more real and more human.
Totally. Should we keep going?
Definitely. We've got a lot more to chat about.
Then let's dive deeper.
Absolutely. Let's keep going because honestly, once you start paying attention to these everyday phrases, you realize just how many we all use without even thinking about it. And they're everywhere, from morning greetings to tiny reactions during the day.
Yeah, like one phrase I hear constantly is hang on. People use it whether they're answering a phone, finding something, or just needing a tiny pause.
And sometimes hang on means a real second, but other times it means give me a moment while I completely reorganize my whole life.
Exactly. And then there's all good. I use that one even when things are not all good.
You say all good when you spill coffee on yourself.
I prefer optimism over panic.
Another one people say a lot is, let me check. That's a classic.
Yes, even when you already know the answer, but you need to think for a second.
Or when you're pretending to be more organized than you are.
Guilty.
One phrase I overuse is, you know,
Oh, you do. And it always sounds like you're inviting me into a secret.
maybe I am.
And there's, I guess so. That's the softest agreement in the world.
Or the softest disagreement. It depends on the tone.
True. Like, I guess so means I don't fully agree, but fine.
And sure, why not, is the cousin of I guess so.
That's the phrase people use when they don't want to think too hard.
Another phrase I hear a lot is, oh really?
It's perfect because it works for surprise, interest, confusion, everything.
I use it to keep conversations going.
Same. It's like saying, tell me more.
Speaking of telling more, people also say, by the way, all the time.
The gateway to another topic.
Exactly. By the way, did you see my message?
Or, by the way, I forgot to tell you, it's basically a lifeline for people who jump between topics.
Like us.
Very true. Another phrase is, no big deal.
Even when it is a big deal, but you don't want to make it dramatic.
Or when you're trying to look cool.
I've seen your no big deal face. It's the least cool face imaginable.
Thank you for your support.
Always. Another phrase people say is, I'll think about it.
Yes, the universal polite no.
Or, let's see, when you're actually deciding nothing.
Or sort of. That's such a useful phrase.
Yes, like, do you understand? And you answer sort of, meaning not really.
And kind of. Same thing.
I think English learners love those because they soften answers.
Exactly. They make things less direct.
And less scary.
Another one I love is, I mean.
Oh, yes. It's perfect for explaining, clarifying, or softening something.
And sometimes it means, I'm about to say something honest, so be ready.
Very true. And then there's actually.
Which means, I'm correcting you politely.
Or I remembered something important.
Honestly is another filler word that's everywhere.
When people say honestly, you know something real is coming.
Or something dramatic.
Or something they feel strongly about.
And literally,
Let's not talk about that one.
why not?
Because you literally misuse it every day.
I literally do not.
See?
Fine. Maybe sometimes.
Anyway is another hero phrase.
I use anyway when the conversation goes somewhere strange and I need to guide it back.
Or when someone starts telling a long story and you want to move on gently.
Anyway saves lives.
Another phrase people say all the time is for sure.
Yes, it's the confident agreement everyone needs.
Or definitely.
And absolutely.
So enthusiastic. Meanwhile, probably lives on the opposite side.
Yes, the unsure sibling.
And maybe is the softest of all.
Maybe means yes in some situations and absolutely no in others.
Depends on the face you make when you say it.
Exactly. Another phrase is, I appreciate that.
That one feels really warm and genuine.
And take your time. People say that when they're trying to be patient or pretending to be patient.
Go ahead is another smooth one, giving permission, encouraging action.
And after you, the politest phrase in the universe.
Sounds good is another one I hear a million times a day.
Yes, it's like accepting a plan without thinking too hard.
Or that works.
Or perfect. I say perfect even when things are only fine.
I've noticed.
Thank you. I take that as a compliment.
It wasn't one.
I'll accept it anyway.
One more phrase I think people use constantly is, I'll let you know.
Yes, the polite way of saying, I need time to decide.
Or I might forget.
Or please don't rush me.
But it sounds friendly.
Very gentle.
Should we keep adding more?
Oh, absolutely. We've got so many left.
Perfect. Let's keep going then. You know, Tom, while we're talking about common phrases, I just remembered something funny that happened yesterday. I walked into a cafe and the barista said, "Make yourself at home." So I actually sat in the comfiest armchair, kicked off my shoes, and started scrolling my phone. And the barista just stared at me like, "Not that at home."
Oh no, Anna, you really took that phrase seriously. But honestly, I would have done the same. Sometimes English phrases feel so friendly that you just follow the energy. But make yourself at home basically means relax, not redecorate the place.
Right? And then the guy next to me whispered, "She's really comfortable here." And I couldn't stop laughing. Anyway, speaking of phrases, one I heard a lot today was, "Hang on a second." At least 3 people said it to me. One person at the shop, one at school, and one on the phone. It basically means, please wait, but with a more relaxed tone.
Yeah, hang on a second is super useful. I use it all the time. Like when my little nephew calls me and immediately starts talking super fast about dinosaurs, I always have to say, "Hang on a second, buddy, slow down." But he never slows down. He just continues like a little engine.
Kids never slow down. And another helpful phrase is, "That sounds good." It's perfect when you want to agree with someone without saying okay all the time. Like if someone says, "Let's study English together later," you can just say, "That sounds good."
True. And I like, "I'm not sure about that," for disagreeing politely. Like when my friend asked me if pineapple belongs on pizza, I just said, "I'm not sure about that," because I didn't want to start a war.
Oh, that's wise. Pizza opinions are dangerous. And another great phrase is, "by the way." It helps change the topic smoothly. By the way, Tom, did you finish that English challenge you started last week?
By the way, nice transition. You'll be pleased to know I did finish it. It had all those tasks like describing photos, practicing questions, and using everyday expressions. I think my favorite task was using phrases in real conversations like we're doing now.
That's the best way to learn, talking naturally. And when you use phrases in a real conversation, you remember them better. It's like they stick in your brain because they're connected to a story, not a rule.
Exactly. And speaking of stories, yesterday I tried to use the phrase "better late than never" when I arrived 10 minutes late to my friend's birthday lunch. And guess what? She said, "better never late."
She rewrote the phrase. Honestly, that's creative. But hey, those little moments make language fun. When you use phrases every day, even in silly situations, you build confidence without thinking too hard.
And that's what we want for our listeners. Confidence that grows naturally, one phrase at a time. And honestly, the more they practice these common expressions, the more native and relaxed they'll sound.
Absolutely. So, Tom, shall we challenge them again? Maybe ask them to pick 3 phrases from today and use them tonight.
That sounds good. And they can even talk to themselves if nobody's around. I do that all the time.
Same. And it works. You know, Tom, before we wrap things up today, there's one more phrase I really want to talk about because I heard it 3 times this morning. No worries. It's such a friendly, soft, easy phrase. Someone spilled a little water near me in the hallway and apologized, and I just said, "No worries." And suddenly the whole situation felt calm, like the stress disappeared.
Yeah, no worries has that magic feeling. It's like a tiny kindness you can give people. I use it a lot when someone bumps into me or forgets something. Even yesterday, my coworker was really stressed because she thought she messed up the schedule, and I said, "No worries, we can fix it together."
And she literally sighed with relief. Those little phrases make communication so warm.
They do. And they also show good manners in English conversations. Like, thanks anyway, I appreciate it. Or even, let me know. They're small, but they help conversations flow. It's like putting oil on a bicycle chain. It stops everything from feeling stuck or awkward.
True, and honestly, these common phrases make language feel alive. They're not grammar rules, they're relationship builders. And I love how our listeners are learning them through our little stories, our messy moments, and our laughs. Learning becomes real that way.
And speaking of laughs, Tom, do you remember earlier when you said your nephew talks like a little engine? I'm still picturing it. I can almost hear him going, dinosaurs, dinosaurs, dinosaurs.
That's exactly what he sounds like. He doesn't even breathe, Anna. If he ever learns the phrase, by the way, I think the world might explode from cuteness.
Okay, now I want a recording. But anyway, today's conversation really shows how using common phrases doesn't have to be boring. It can be fun, natural, connected to real life. And the more our listeners use them, the more confident they'll feel when speaking English.
Exactly, and that confidence grows faster than people think. They just need to practice, speak out loud, repeat phrases during the day, and notice them in conversations around them. English is everywhere. They just need to catch it.
And we hope today helped a little. Listeners, if you enjoyed learning with us, if our stories made you smile, or if you picked up even one new phrase, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a comment. It helps us keep creating fun, friendly English conversations for you.
And we'd love to hear which phrases you're practicing today. So tell us in the comments. We actually read them.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
See you next time.